all aboard this hype train with everybody else. I'm so excited to watch what he's going to do this year, taking this jump after a pretty solid rookie season, an offensive rookie of the year season. And it's Kyler Murray. It's a guy we've been talking about all offseason.
Wow.
The hype train is at full steam ahead. Right now his ADP is at the QB6, so you're going to have to pay up for him. But look, I would not debate you at all if you are all in on Kyler Murray being a fantasy MVP, a guy that will win you a league this year. There's another year of experience coming in for both Murray and his head coach, Cliff Kingsbury. In his rookie production in his first year, where obviously he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, we'll talk about what those specific stats were, but his weapons were pretty brutal. He had 121 targets go to Damian Byrd, Keyshawn Johnson, and Pharaoh Cooper. And he was the QB7 last year with those weapons. And his rushing stats were incredible. He was giving you a floor of 5 points per game, 5 fantasy points per game, with 93 rushing attempts for 544 yards and 4 touchdowns, all on the ground. That was third in rushing attempts, second in rushing yards, and he was ninth in pass attempts as a rookie. So there is a case to be made here for the massive, massive increase in volume, but also touchdown regression that we could see. Last year, the Cardinals were 29th in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage. Only 45% of their red zone trips converted into touchdowns. Now you add in DeAndre Hopkins. Kenyon Drake joins the offense late last year. They move from the air raid more to this run raid, and Kenyon Drake helps Kyler in the offense, whether it's in the red zone, whether it's through the check down game on these short options where he can just hand it off, or even do option reads where he's either taking it himself or handing it to Drake. So Drake being there opens up some more for him. And in 2019, the Cardinals were 31st, literally second to last in terms of time of possession. So I think that's only going to improve with the improvements to this offense everywhere. And
Absolutely.
They were 17th in points per game. I think they could be near top 10 this season. We add in the fact that their defense, I know they added some pieces. They picked up Isaiah Simmons in the draft, Devin Kennard in free agency, but this should still be a bottom half defense in 2020. So look, I think they're going to go up. In almost every metric, they're going to regress, and they've added pieces. I'm not in on DeAndre Hopkins at his ADP, but I think he's only going to help Kyler, and that's what you like to see. We talk about these quarterbacks. We love Tom Brady because he has all the weapons. We love Matt Ryan because he has a ton of weapons, and the volume's going to be there. Kyler Murray could do exactly what those guys could do, and then give you the second most rushing attempts in the NFL this season with scores on the ground as well. So I just love Kyler this year. He could explode onto the scene. Every year we see it. It was Mahomes. It was Lamar Jackson. It's a rookie, and that's why you're not able to get Kyler, super, super late in drafts, because everyone's kind of caught on to this being it. And I know this year everyone loves Joe Burrow, but really if there's going to be a guy that is going to explode and be the MVP at the quarterback position, if I had to put money on it, it'd probably be Kyler Murray.
Man, I like it. I'm with you on the Kyler Murray hype train. I mean, we see it time and time again. These guys that are winning you fantasy leagues are quarterbacks that break out and take that jump to tier 1. We saw it 2 years ago with Mahomes. We saw it last year with Lamar Jackson. And as a mobile quarterback, I think everyone is looking to Kyler Murray, waiting and expecting this to happen. And for his sake, I really hope it does. This Cardinals offense is loaded. They should be a ton of fun. As someone who owned Kyler Murray in fantasy last season, I will say there were a lot of frustrating games, a lot of rookie mistakes, times where he had 1 fantasy point at halftime and ended up with 20. So I love the pick, and I'm excited to see what they can do this season.